Hello. Testing, testing. I guess everybody's hearing me today. Yeah, I don't have much time like scheduling my um, live streams, but I love to do live streams because I like to see the comments and people reacting and stuff like that. Yeah, and I know there's not much people gonna see me right now. Hey, buddy, how are you doing? Uh, yeah, today was a really tough day, Jess. Oh, yeah. So today we're gonna, hey, hello people, how are you? Give me a like. Oh, great, awesome. Yeah. So I just decided I might just keep you updated what's going on. I'm living in Hong Kong, and look at my hello, Prom again at 2000. How are you doing, my friend? You guys are awesome, man. Love you all. So my computer is just this way, so the camera is this way. So I have a webcam trying to get the uh, best what do you call it, resolution for you guys, and the internet's not great, so please excuse me. Yeah, but and yeah, hello Christopher from Malaysia. Hey, hello, how are you doing? Love Malaysia. It's a awesome place. I've been there many times. My kids love to go to Malaysia to the water parks and to the jungles and everything like that. Hey, so I just want to before let's say what I'm going to talk about this evening in Hong Kong. Okay, yeah, Malaysia. I like it. I like the satay and the lasa. Yeah, so like, hey, Gladys, you're my number one superhero. How are you doing? Yeah, Gladys is the first one who jumped in to check out my Patreon, a strong supporter, and I do appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, and God bless you all. Uh, click the thumbnail as well. Subscribe. Yes, man. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, yeah. So, okay, let me thank you for all your comments. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's before we start, today was a really hectic day for me. And as you know, are you aware that there's protesting in Hong Kong? And it's just, you see it on the news every single day. You see it on your cell phone. I have my cell phone here. It's always live feeds sending, check out my Facebook, and I do post some stuff there. So click the link below and check out my Facebook. And I do update you guys more quicker than the video here because it just kind of takes time to set everything up because I'm just not an organized guy. Yes, we are aware, and I'm going to talk about. Mm, as you see the thumbnail, there's a 4x4, and you got to do the MOT. So it's like a small test, but it's not like a small test. The people from UK will probably know because in Hong Kong used to be a British colony. The MOT is it's a B. It's a B word, and I think it's just really the, how do you say this? It's BS. Okay, put it this way. Usually, if I go myself, this is the first time ever I went to one of these MOT testing centers, and gee, it wasn't a good experience. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. Okay, so it's gonna be in this live. Another thing before we start, I love to promote this belt. I don't know why. Here, this is the awesome belt here, military grade nylon. It would never break, and it doesn't have holes in it, so this belt would last forever. And I think it has 1400 pulling force before it breaks. So because military grade, and this is really light, thin aluminum bracket. And the thing is, it doesn't have any holes, so it won't wreck your belt, and it has a lifetime guarantee. So check out the link below. So all you do is just thread this thing through and put it here. So this right here, I just you just put it any size you want because Usually in the hose, you would just have it apart or whatever, but here it's just an exact fit. So it just fits like that, right? And this can hold 200 pounds. You can pull 200 pounds with it. So anyway, and you can take the buckles out and you can trade or whatever. And it's made in US of A and it has a lifetime guarantee. And this is not a paid promotion. They are not paying me for it because it's, I have a little bit of a tummy and I'm proud of it. Okay. And it doesn't dig into my stomach here, and it's really comfortable. So I'll just bring this, every day. So I'm just gonna order some more buckles here because they're really awesome. Yeah, 14. Thank you, Jess. Yeah, it's 1,400 pounds and 700 kilo breaking point. So this is a tough mother. Because the other ones I had really fancy belts, like under over $100. You wear it for like half a year or something like that, and the hole, it, it kind of just pulls and it separates your belt, the back and the front, and then you'll throw away your belt anyways. Because sometimes when you eat, you get tempted in a big fat steak, right? So after that steak, you have to loosen your buckle. So these holes, they'll get really ugly. But look, I've wore this for almost a month now. Look, there's nothing. You can see nothing, no damage, no wear and tear. And if you have any problems, just ship it back and they give you a new one. Awesome. That's the advantage of getting stuff made in USA, I guess. Well, that's enough of that, anyways. I got that out of the way because I just wanted to tell you. And it is talking about the MOT and the life that is really affecting me. And yes, I people have the right to protest in Hong Kong. It's an autonomous region in Hong Kong. We have our own laws here. We have no laws are the same from mainland China and Hong Kong, and the Hong Kong dollar is pegged to the US dollar. So I have to talk about the money I made long time ago from China, and it's a disaster for me now. It's not good. Every day I'm seeing the RMB is just tanking, and I'll do a video on that later on, okay? And it's really affecting me, and it's not fun, guys. Okay, yep. Okay, so for this today is a Saturday night, and the time is 12:35 a.m. So it's Sunday morning technically, and I think last week they applied for the protest or whatever the protest, peaceful march and everything like that, but the police refused to grant them permission to do that. So today all hell broke loose. Everything was a disaster, and make I made an appointment because in the government, you know, bureaucracy. Do you know that word, guys? I know you know that word, but I hate that word. And you have to go through the system and you have to book online, pay for your appointment. And it was today at 10 a.m. So I'm a good boy, and I've never been to this government center before. So I showed up around 9:15 and just waited, in line and all that. But anyways, I thought it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. Everything is good. But the deal is that area is in Kowloon Bay. And that's you can look it up on the internet. It's a Kowloon Bay, that area. It's called the Motor Testing Facility. And it's a government testing facility. And the thing is, this little 4x4, I hardly use it, but it's something I got a long time ago and I just collect it because they don't make them anymore. And the value is just something like an investment. And I paid it off like I had a 4 year, yeah, had a 4 year loan on it, and I paid it off and everything was good. So in Hong Kong, the law is if you must have this truck registered every every year, right? Basically, and every time before you get your registration, you got to get it government inspected. And if you pass the 2 years not registering or getting the MOT, you have to do a complete new inspection. and then you will fail because of the emissions test. And Hong Kong, it follows the European emissions. Before, like my truck was like Euro 4 or something like that, but now it's Euro 6. So if I don't register and get the examination, I can't. This car will be scrapped in Hong Kong. I can't use it anymore, and I'm forced to do it. And another thing is, it's a system that the garages make money from it because uh, it'll cost you probably minimum like 500 US dollars just to get an MOT and with like minimum repairs or anything like that. And I've been doing it for a long time, like getting garages to do it. And I've never actually been to this government center. So I decided, hey, why not I do it myself? I can. I'm sure I'm capable. If I fail, I fail, no big deal, and I'll fix whatever is required. And the appointment was 10 o'clock this morning, and so as I said, I went there like 9:15 and everything like that, lined up. But the deal is, it took like an hour waiting in the line, but it's way past my appointment time, 10 o'clock. So that was all right. So I guess you guys want to hear about the yeah, pomegranate. Ontario scrapped the emissions testing. Thankfully, yes. Uh, in Vancouver, I had an old truck, a '97. Before I just cancel my insurance. When I get there, they say, "Oh well, you gotta do this air care in BC," and it's a scam. It's just a scam. You get on the running thing, running and test your emissions, and you pay I think $60 for nothing. And before you get that $60, because you have no registration or insurance or whatever, so you have to pay another like $40 just to get a day insurance, a stupid piece of paper, just to go there to get a emissions test and then go. So this is a big scam. So my fellow Canadians, you understand how it is. But Hong Kong is nothing like the air care in Canada. Anyways, wow, that test was unbelievable. And the thing is about those tests, they got it's government, and they can't be perfect. Like all the people, the citizens can't be uh, perfect, right? So they got to fail people, and usually when they fail, they'll fail private citizens like me, because in a way, the government protects the garages, so the garages get business. So they would discourage like private citizens going to inspect the vehicles. Do you understand what I mean? So I've been doing it for so long, uh, from the garages, and I'm paying. Sometimes you pay like I paid like over 1,000 US just to get that stupid MOT test, because it's just isn't just that the MOT, and you never know what the garage, there's scams or whatever for me anyway, because these trucks I hardly even drive it. It's just storage. I don't use it, so nothing would be like torn or whatever. Maybe the AC, but AC's got nothing to do with the MOT test. Okay, let me read this comment. Jesse Horn in North Carolina, they grandfathered cars older than 30 years for emissions. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and the thing is, oh, I don't know if I'm boring you. So this test, you line up, and when we get inside, uh, this guy holds a hammer. He holds a hammer, and it's this old guy, like 67 years old, and he's just hammering the lug nuts, bang, 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 hammering the tire, just gung, gung, gung. I don't know what test is that. Okay, guys, maybe you can educate me on that. And then just everything you see metal and just start hammering it. Okay, so whatever. And then you had to do the basic, like the blinkers, left right blinkers, hazard, high beam, low beam, and check your low beam projection. Is it right, the degrees? The high beam, is it right in the degrees? Is it like a DOT approved bulb and all that? They're really serious about these things. checking the rear reverse light, backup light, checking, yeah, checking all those things, um, checking all the seat belts. Okay, so these are just the basic things. And then when you drive into the center, wow, these are all English and Chinese signs. So it's, I think these are like built in the 70s. And you just see these plastic things, signs with the light at the back, like in a car wash, the old days car wash. It's in Chinese and English, like start your engine, put in neutral, put on the park brake and stuff like that. And it was just fascinating in a way. And this guy's like, and then there's like five guys in a row that test different things. And so these are the basic things they test. And the second thing is I would run the car on the rollers, right? So we would test the rollers, and then you would do the emissions, and it would just say floor it, floor it. You didn't floor it enough, and then put it on neutral, and then full rev the engine for like a minute, and it didn't go red line, but he was saying going bang, 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 like that, because he wanted to check check the emissions inside. So it passed, right? But it's weird because you have to rev the engine full blast to get that, dun, 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 and it's a diesel engine, and there wasn't black smoke, or it was within the limits. And the really weird thing that really freaked me out was uh, they test your brakes. So you get on the roller thing, and the light says stop, and then another like put on neutral. This crazy, this thing. And then I okay, drove up to the thing roller, and then put on neutral and stuff like that. Keep your steering straight. So I kept the steering straight, and then I felt the truck is like rolling the wheels, and then they say, "Okay, we got to test your brakes now." Okay, fine, test the brakes, no big deal, right, guys? So you just, what do you do in the test your brakes? Step on it, right? They said, if the way and then this guy says, the way you stepping on this brake, you're gonna fail, and you have to rebook, pay everything, and come back maybe next week or something like that. And there was like a threat or something because I didn't step on the brake hard enough. Cheers, guys. And that was really crazy. And the way how they step on the brakes is I stepped it harder and harder. And he said, well, okay, I'll give you a hint. You got to move your seat backwards and step with two feet. Step it until your ass gets up lifts up on the chair, and you hold your steering. You know what I mean? It's like putting additional 20, 30 pounds on the brake when it's already full down. And he says, no, that's a fail. Oh my God, what type of braking is that? So that was freaking me out. So I thought, oh, maybe the brakes didn't go down enough or whatever. So I took all the formats out and did it again, and step, 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 step. And he said, well, and then I kind of like cheated in a way. I put the handbrake when I stepped brake. I said, why do you put the handbrake on? Are you crazy? Huh? You want the car to fly up or blah, blah, blah? I said, no, because we're testing with the load and everything for your brake. So I don't know. This is the first time, man. Take it easy. Don't no, don't be so grumpy. This guy's like 60, 70 years old. And he said, okay, fail. I said, no, man. I mean, I never tested. Give me a break. You know, come on, be fair. And I said, okay, I'll get another guy to do it. So, so I was kind of worried already. So we go in another. So it just moves on. We go on. Uh, we go on to the other store, and it has a big hole, right? Like when you go to Jiffy Lube or something like that. And this guy with a helmet, goggles, and he's holding a freaking hammer again. What the hell? And he's going, okay, lock to lock steering. Put it left side really quick. Put it to the right side really quick, and then hold it on the right side, and you get the hammer here. Gung, 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 gung. Okay, left side. Gung, 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 gung. Put it in first gear, and gung, 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 gung. This freaking hammer, and that was kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe seeing your joints are they, but uh, I think MOT equals hammer. And I forgot to mention the guy was inside the car testing the horns and everything, and he had this hammer too, and he started hammering my steering wheel. What the WTF? It's just this hammer. So on the bottom is okay, okay, and then and then I came out and said, okay, well, let's go to another stall. So this place is like I think every place is like that. There's an entrance to go in, so you go in from the back of the place, and then you drive through, and then you leave exit on the other end. It says, okay, just wait for me on the number 8 because he had to test the brakes again. So okay, fine. So I go on the front, like after the finish the examination, I go back on the 8th. I said, no, don't go to 8. I told you to go to 8. Yes, but you have to go around the entrance. Okay, okay, fine. And then he says, and then so I turn around and he comes out really like dissatisfied already. And then he says, why do you go to number 8? I said number 9. Oh, sorry. Okay, okay. I'll reverse. I'll go back to number 9. I look like an idiot, okay? But he said number 8, okay? And then okay, went to number 9, whatever. And then he did this test. So they start to use a bit of knowledge or things. So my truck, he had to get the gross vehicle the weight, and he was calculating the speed and that. He was doing a bit of calculation on his iPhone. Okay, and he says, well, you got to get 30. I don't know what he just gave me a figure. He said you're gonna get 33.5 to pass your brake test. Now you are 30, okay, and that's failed. So there's something wrong with the brakes, okay. And I said, why? What's wrong? I stepped on it so damn hard. It was just I've never even stepped on a brake that hard. It's like, excuse me, can you punch a hole through the firewall? That's how hard they wanted me to brake. That's so weird. And the brake pads are basically like hardly used. So, anyways, I listened to the guy, of course, because I want to pass my examination. And then he says, "Okay, you ready for it now? Okay, move the seat back again and step on it." So I lift up my body and my freaking back, just gave me back pain and just step down. So I just hold it, maybe pushing as hard as I can, lifting my ass up by pressing the brake. That was how hard it was. And it says, "Okay, you got 30, barely you got 33.5. Change your rear brake pads next time when you come inspecting. I remember you, okay, watching you." And I said, "Okay, sir, thank you very much." And I was just steaming already. I said, "Well, but we have to fail you." That's great, isn't it? And then he says, because he says your tags are, can you say it? The tags are not clear. The numbers are not clear on your tags. Oh, okay. There are, because let me give you a little bit of info in the tags. It's the same in UK. So it's just a plastic thing, and they put the letterings and the sticky back, and they roll it on. And when time, when it ages and humidity, rain, hot, cold weather, the sticky back part kind of erodes a little bit and gets bubbly. So it wasn't perfect, and it can kind of change black in a way. Some lettering, it wasn't good. So what happened was, he says, I'll give you 2 hours from now to change your tags front and rear, okay? And then I'll give you a pass. Uh, I have all your documentation with me. I'm not going to give it to you. So you can go out and get this done. I said, okay, where was the place should I go to get it? I don't know. You figure it out yourself. Okay. So so I went Googling. So I just Google where to get a plate, get the tags done, So that was intense. because you had 2 hours to do it, right? And I don't know, it's almost 12 o'clock dinner time, right? Anyway, after, just in case you guys are like getting bored, I'll tell you why it takes so many hours for me to get home. Okay, after that, there was a big protest, and I'll tell you more about in detail about the protest, the banned protest thing on the 31st of August. Okay, after that, and it really kind of pinged me off really bad. Let me read a comment from my awesome friend Grady Skillis. Sounds like a final MOT in England before I moved back in the US in 98. Brakes didn't just want to cooperate. I worked on them, changed parts, had brake cylinders, wheels rebuilt, fail. Finally got past the sheer good will on the part of inspectors. Yeah. So you had some experience in UK. It's the same. Hong Kong has UK law. Everything is UK, and it sucks. Okay, so I finally found the tags. Okay, so I made the tag. It's cost me $50. Fine. So I paid the guy. He said, "You want to install it for me?" Because they had to scrape up the old one, use gasoline because they use double stick tape to clean it all up, stick it back on, and and uh, and make it look good. But the deal was in Hong Kong, like when your registration has gone out, you cannot in Hong Kong it's different to the States and Canada, North America. You can't just go and buy a day's insurance for 30, $40. You can't. You cannot, period. Because you cannot buy third party insurance. So what you had to do, you had to go to the garage, right? So you go to the garage, they do it for you. But I have dealer plates myself. So I use this dealer plates. Sometimes I just do my own work, and sometimes I have these plates so they are useful for me. And because when you import a car from Japan or somewhere, you have to drive it off the lot, like the container ship or whatever. You got to put these plates on before you can drive it. I think in Canada, right, you can put dealer plates. It's the same thing as UK. It's a Hong Kong's a red plate with red numbers and a white background. And Canada, it's a plate, but you just put in your trunk and with a string and just close it, right? So I'm sure you're familiar with that. And when you and the other thing is, I made these plates, and when I went back, they say, "Okay, great plates, okay, but I still have to fail you." I said, "WTF, man?" And I just like, "Oh, why?" Because you have dealer plates on. Are they yours? Of course it's mine. They are my dealer plates. It's all registered. I have third party insurance, blah, 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 blah. Because it's kind of weird for him because as a private citizen having dealer plates, right? Eh, because he thinks that I don't have business or whatever in car business or whatever. And he says the law in Hong Kong, if you use a dealer plate and your original plates, you have to put tape over it so people don't see the numbers on it because the police, the authorities would get confused as should they read the red dealer plate or read the white regular plate. I was like, oh, okay, sorry. Do you have any, and then I was like, do you have any tape? No. Okay, fine. So I just went back over there to I said, they still failed me. I need some just tape, please. Just me a couple feet of tape. I just want to cover those stupid letters. They're okay. I'll give you the tape, no problem. And I said, what's wrong with those guys up there? He said, they are like that. They've been like that since forever. They were like in their 20s, early 20s when they worked there. They're still there, like 67 years old. So okay, I taped it, and finally he says, gave me a smile. Okay, you pass. Good job. See you next year. And he gave me all the paperwork, and then I passed. Yeah, same in Ontario deal place. We have dealers here for the states. Oh, cool. Yeah, deal place because third party is really important, and they are really strict on dealer plates. Do you know why? Because Hong Kong, I don't know, in Hong Kong, you can buy a really cheap ass car in North America, but it'll still cost you a fortune in Hong Kong because of the tax. So if you buy, like, for example, a Honda Civic, it'll be double the price easy. If you buy like a fancy Ferrari or something, you know, half mil, and in the States probably cost you 200 grand, but it'll cost you a clear half mil. But dealer plates, because we transport cars around and people abuse it, so they would buy a dealer plate from somebody or whatever, and they'll drive their fancy cars. So it'll be those cars will be like $1 million US, and they'll put these test plates on the car and just go morning drive and just go one like that. But the deal is, if they and people are abusing it, so these were getting $1 million cars and using these plates. So the government really, the transport department really got irritated because they are losing a lot of tax money on those cars not being registered on the road. So after that, I think they almost cut out half of those dealer plates because to check were they legitimate. And for example, if you use a dealer plate and you park on the streets, a meter parking, they give you a fine right away. And if you're not authorized or you're not in that company to drive that car, no, to drive use the dealer plate on a vehicle, you get your dealer plates taken away, and that's how strict it is. Yeah, Jesse, the dealer plates factory and the manufacturer. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so ours is just a dealer plate. So I really take care of my dealer plates, and I try to get update on the laws. And you're not allowed to carry three over two passengers. So there will be three people in the car, including the driver. And every time when you drive the car, there's a logbook. You should say, "Oh, I went to here and here. What time in and out?" There's a logbook, and they'll check that too. So that's the rules in Hong Kong because people abuse it. Before it's really lax. It doesn't matter. You borrow to a friend and you can just do it, go to whatever with it without third party, because the plate actually you buy a third party insurance through those plates. Since those plates are like for businesses and all that, and it's like 2,000, maybe $2,500 US per annum to get these third party insurance, only third party insurance. So that's expensive. Okay, my friends. So let's dig into the thing why it took so many hours for me to get home. uh, I was checking on my phone because nowadays you gotta, because of all the protests going on, and I was kind of saying, talking to myself, oh well, would I be affected and everything? So today was like how would you say, like a guerrilla warfare type. The protesters would group up in different areas and just pop up, and they'll block the road. So they would go, and in Hong Kong it's a really small place, just a dot on the map. I mean, a really, just literally a dot. It's so small. So if Central, for example, you go to Admiralty, it's like a couple miles. You can walk it. Okay. So it's yeah, flash protesters. Yep. And so today the organizers officially were denied from the police. So there were flash protesters, and the government knew they're gonna, the students or the guys behind, the big guys that on the front lines, the protesters with the helmets, gas masks, and the goggles, know about, they're gonna retaliate because the freedoms of speech has been taken away. So the government came up with a, hey, Blaze Bob, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome to my channel. You subscribe and give me a like. Thank you, sir. Anyway, the flash mobs came today, and the police got a court injunction to ban the subway system to stop in certain stops. So if they were protesting, they won't be able to stop at that place exactly. It'll be like kind of far away. So, for example, if if my kids, for example, if they went to school or today, it's a Saturday anyways, but they didn't have school. Like if, for example, how can I? Okay, let's say California or something like that. Okay, you take a train, you go from, for example, you go from Pasadena, and then you go to San Marino. That's only one stop, and then another stop is Baldwin Park, and then Arcadia, something like that. But they'll skip one stop completely, so there won't be any stops, and to avoid people moving around in the city. But somehow these people were able to mobilize really well, and it was so funny. I don't know if some of my subscribers been to Hong Kong. For example, they are in Kowloon and they want to go to Central, and the subway didn't stop, and it went directly to Ocean Park. So it went south side, a big mountain. It just went through the mountain to in the for basically in the middle of nowhere. So they went to the country. So they were, I think that was a good one, right? So you expect to go to like New York City, but suddenly you just went to Rhode Island. So those guys were so pissed. So there was so much anger today. I was unbelievable. So today started to set fire. They start burning crap, on the roads and stuff like that. And why I'm talking about all this protest. And by the way, guys, check out my Patreon page, because all this content I'm doing now, the live and talking about protest, the Gilroy, everything's being demonetized. So I'm not getting anything, but I'm enjoying it. So I'm just doing it. But I'm not getting demonetized. I'm getting demonetized from YouTube because it's a sensitive matter. It's not friendly to advertisement and all that crap. So that's YouTube, okay? So I'm not getting. So check out my Patreon page and just say hi there. Give me a message, and I will appreciate some support from all you awesome people. So that just gets me so angry. You fight back. You do a menu review and say no, it's not suitable, blah blah. Because it's too. I can't talk. Basically, I can't talk about these kind of things that happening to me right today. I can't talk about it, right? But I'm trying to talk about it. Okay, so anyways, yeah, let's keep it going. Uh, so they were just sent to the country. So that was so hilarious. So they were so pissed. So they set things on fire, right? And the thing is, uh, let me read this message. Pomegranate 2000. When have you met up with Serpentier and Loai? Yeah, we meet up. We still met up this year, but they are in San Diego now, and I haven't been down to San Diego, and they are traveling around. They're trying to do a food log and stuff like that. So they basically have their thing to do, and but I love to see them again. They are awesome, and yeah, they are good friends, and we communicate. Yep, awesome. And they help me a lot. They help me uh, promote my channel and stuff like that. And honestly, they haven't. Some mean people has said, "Oh, because certain you pay him, you do this and that bullshit." It's just we're just friends. He comes down, take care, whatever. Every time I go to Shenzhen, he buys me coffee and stuff like that. So what? We're just mutual. So I'm just getting off. I just want to read some of these comments. Jesse, Transcend money at work. They doing it with Reddit, but they are closing the Hong Kong post. Of course, in China, the news is completely different. Okay, and I'm gonna get demonetized anyway, so I don't care. Hong Kong news is different to China news. So even now, I'm not talking about me or anything. If a Hong Kong person goes overseas or whatever, and they'll say, "Are you from China?" and they'll actually be kind of offended. You know, they're not they're not so proud in a way. You know what I mean? Because the culture is completely different. since the 1800s. They have been under British rule, and that was the culture that was how Hong Kong was built. But that's their thought. But for me, China is my motherland in a way because my ancestors, grandfather, everything, family is from mainland China, and that's a fact. But it's just the culture different, you know. Yeah, Pomegranate 2000. Yes, it sucks. All these videos are demonetized, and I'm just getting a little bit more views. Little more, maybe 300 views. Uh, but I'm, if I get monetized, I'll probably get a few dollars for it. But meeting you guys are awesome. It's priceless. Okay, you guys are priceless. Okay, that's from my heart because you guys are awesome, and I love to just spend time. And I'm sorry, I really apologize. I don't set a schedule for whatever, so I trying to uh, broadcast at a time that you guys are available, or on the weekends or something like that. And I like to do this live so we can interact. And I hope you guys, enjoy it. Letter kid, why do YouTube even care what you post in Hong Kong? I don't get it. Demonetizing you, yeah, it's bullshit. Yep. You just see this, not suitable for viewers, blah blah blah. And I actually I love music, and I made some music myself, and I gave it. I said you guys can use it whatever if you want to make video. You think if you like my music, so check out my playlist. I made some music for you for your entertainment. And the weird thing that YouTube they they said I copied somebody's music and demonetized my music video. That's and then I fought for it. That's my music. I made it myself. And I said, okay, we reinstate you now. You monetize. But the thing is, the when when you upload the video, the first few days they demonetize you. So when the most views you get, you don't get paid at all. So when you fight this, is maybe a week, 2 weeks later, and the views just stop, and then you get paid, maybe 25 cents. So that's YouTube. Okay, so yeah, so the flash mobs and taking the subway to the countryside. So today, actually, when I went to go home, I was face to face with the protesters, and I was face to face with the unfriendly protesters. Um, they were holding a freaking steel pipe, and he was trying to block the road. And he had a goggles, he had a mask, and all that. And because he's trying to block all the roads in Hong Kong, and he kind of looked at me, and I want to get through. And it was scary because it's a 3-lane highway, and already 2 lanes are fully occupied. So there, on this road, there's like almost a couple of thousand people on my right, and that's no BS. And they're starting to take. There's only 3 lanes. They're trying to stop this lane. So if they stop this lane, I'm gonna be toast. Like I'm gonna be there, and if they don't like my face or whatever, I'll probably get zip tied or my window smashed in. So what I did, I just put on the hazard lights. So eventually, I kind of stopped because I knew if I kind of go forward, something would happen to my 4x4, and I just got it, and I passed, and I don't want it all smashed up. So, and I was wearing a white shirt. I wasn't wearing a black shirt, and if I wore a blue shirt, I'll probably be beaten up already because blue shirt is supporting the police. So every shirt kind of has a meaning to it. So white shirt is kind of nothing, neutral. So nowadays, even in Hong Kong, what shirt you wear is really you gotta watch yourself what you're wearing. Well, so I stopped my car and I put on the hazard, and this guy just kind of looked away. Then he didn't care, and then we stopped. So all the cars in the big road, we all stopped, and we walked, see the people pass by. I turned on my engine away because there's nothing you can do, and that was really bad. Uh, yeah, missing school, and yeah, it's so dangerous. My daughter had a birthday party, and after that, she wanted to go to Central to watch a movie, and she couldn't get on the subway. Anything. I was so worried about her. It was scary because you don't know what's gonna happen, right? So I stopped my car. I waited. We waited in for an hour. So when most of them passed by, I just kind of sneaked through, and that wasn't just that it. I had to go through a tunnel, and after the tunnel, there's like the road is kind of goes here, and there's another bridge. Like you have to make, it's a one way. Like this road, you have to go like around the block to go on the flyover. So I didn't really give a damn anymore. So after like hour, so I had to go on this bridge to get on into the tunnel. So what I did, I just didn't care anymore. I just went in the middle of the intersection, a busy intersection. And I just put my flashers on, and I just did a 3 point turn in the middle of a busy intersection and went up to this bridge through the tunnel. Bridge, and then you turn left, you go to the tunnel. So when I turned left on this tunnel, they threw cones, they threw trash cans, everything, because I had to turn left to get in the tunnel after that. So I said, crap, I can't get through the central tunnel. It's called the Hong Ham tunnel. So again, I did a 3 point turn in a double line. So I went another way to go down a flyover so I can not use the tunnel, and I get onto another tunnel so I just go home, right? Because it's been so many hours already, like 1.5 hours already. So I go on this bridge because I can go on the eastern tunnel, right? So I get on this eastern tunnel, and then there's guys there standing with a stick. I mean, they are more. You listen to these guys more than the police. The police, you just get a ticket, but they'll punish you by smashing in your windows and zip tying you all up. So this guy blocked me again. So I just put my blinkers and stop. So there's nothing I can do. So I was really steaming. It's not that saying I don't support those guys or support CCP or whatever. I mean, I have a life too. I gotta do my things, right. I gotta take care of my daughter. Her birthday party is over. There's no MTR. Like MTR means the subway, the tube. It's skipping on these stations, and they're searching everybody in Hong Kong now. If you even have a backpack, so now I try not to wear a backpack. You probably see on all my vlogs I wear a backpack. I don't even wear a backpack because you don't want to be look like even a protester or whatever. How do you know the violent protests are not government agents? I say there are 85% that yeah, maybe you never know because they found out some cops were dressing black masks and all that, pretending to protesters, and say they were the guys provoking police and pretending to make a fight, and when other guys joined in, they just arrest those guys around him, and they caught that on film. Yeah, I mean, when I was in North America, like California or Vancouver, there was nothing to worry about, but you will see on the news. So every time you see this kind of crap. So anyway, I waited. This guy, he had a big freaking steel bar. So I just stand there and I say, you know, I say that, open, wind down my windows. I say, be careful of the police. Okay, take care of yourself. It seems like I'm a strong supporter, right? But you got to be on their side. at that time in the moment or whatever. Because if you don't, it's gonna be finished. You're gonna be finished. Your car. Say, look here. Let me show you. Like every day, single. This is live feed. They're attacking the police now. You see, guys. See that the police station right now. See the cops on the stairs on the police station. Look at it. Every single day, even now, like now it's 1:17 a.m. Sunday morning. This goes on every single day. You see this. And it's just, are you feeling lucky? Are you in the middle of this crap? And will you be affected from it? You see at the back, they'll say this is a warning. We're gonna fire rubber bullets. We're gonna fire smoke, whatever, smoke bombs or tear gas. See, so I don't want to bore you. So every you see this link you see everybody posting posting on this. You see on the bus. See everybody. You see. You see. All of this is just it's just mind. It's just gets on. It's just so sad. It's just the thoughts in your brain that Hong Kong. I'm living here, and it's just happening every day. You just see your phone. It's like that, and it's just so sad. So, anyways, so I just couldn't get to my daughter, and I was so sad. I said, "Where can you meet me? Can you run?" And then I find a place there is like an underground tunnel. I said, "Just run to this underground tunnel, and I'll be in this location. So I'll just don't hang up, okay, and just come up, and I'll just take you away from there." But anyway, if you take her away that area, you have to really leave that area really far away. You have to drive at least like 10 miles, 15 miles away from where they're making trouble. So that's one of the really scary part. Yeah, it's Mike Lee. Yeah, it's crazy. Hong Kong is you see this crap every single day. Even like I was in, I mean, one of the nice places to camp is Oregon. I really like Oregon. It's tax-free shopping, and you would see these notifications on just bing bing in during the morning, afternoon, and then you'll see this crap again, and it's just really sad to hear this kind of thing happening in Hong Kong. And doesn't matter where you are, but today is the day that I see this guy, the protesters, face to face, eye to eye, and it wasn't. I'm not a chicken or anything. I mean, it's it's frightening. It's scary. It's not pleasant because you don't know what they're gonna do, and it's lawless. And today they went to the central police station tonight, just a couple hours ago, and they made a big ass bonfire in the middle of the road, and smoke, everything was burning, and it's that protesting is, I think, this small radical group is just it's just not good. I mean, it should be peaceful protest. Everything should be peaceful. But now the government's banning all these things. They're banning all these official protests because they know if after these protesters will come with baby strollers, kids, toddlers. After these guys leave, like 5, 6 at night, and then these guys will come in and cause the damage. So they didn't want to do that. Yeah, I just want to be peaceful. It's just, yeah, it's just. I mean, what you get a 9 millimeter and start shooting people. Yeah, so this is just terrible, and I'm just, I just want to express my feelings to you guys, that how I'm feeling, and it's just, yeah, it's true. Government has the control for everything, and now they came up with old British law. It's 100-year law, and they're saying that this law. I don't know. Have you guys heard of it? It just came out like yes, last night they were talking about it. The government. They say if we exercise this law, there will not be legislation council. It will be 100% controlled by the government, and they can do whatever they like to. They can take over your property. They can take all the money, all your assets. They can do whatever you want. And there's this clause in the law, old British law. I think it happened in the 1950s riot, and they used the law one time, and they're considering using this law. So how would you feel? You see this kind of crap on the internet, and if they come out, and so all for everybody, the hard work, working money in the bank, hard, you mortgage the house, everything they have the right to take it away from you. This is this If this happens, there will be no more Hong Kong. I guarantee you, Hong Kong will be wiped off the map. And yeah, basically, martial law. Let me read this. Mike, now you know why U.S. has Second Amendment to defend yourself against crazy governments. Yeah, in Hong Kong, we have just this to defend. Two hands. Sucks. I mean, what you I don't know what the Carrie Lam is the SAR government, and she runs the show in Hong Kong. But the deal is, I don't think she actually can make major decisions. So people say, "Oh, fire her, whatever, leave." But the thing is, the CCP. She's under the CCP, and whatever the CCP says, and the way I think I'm seeing her right now is that's what's CCP, because CCP doesn't make concessions, okay? Because they are like that. All rich people should move to Canada. Well, maybe there's a yeah. That's why the Hong Kong people, Vancouver, they call it Hongcouver, but it's a nice. I really like the weather in Canada. I mean, it doesn't matter if it rains for many months because you can enjoy skiing. Summertime is one of the most beautiful cities. I really like it. Yeah, Hong Kong wealth. So let's talk about. I'm not really wealthy, Hong Kong wealth, but my savings. You got to protect your savings, right? But the thing is, um, I think I'm gonna do another video talking about money, because Hong Kong money is convertible, and Hong Kong money is pegged to the U.S. dollars, and Hong Kong government has one of the largest reserves in the world, and they got so much money is crazy. But if the way they're going now, it's going to be a disaster. Yeah, Canada is good. The states is good. Everything like that. But I used to live in the states. Just in case you guys don't know, I graduated from Oklahoma. I went to school in OU, Norman, Oklahoma, and I was one of the few Asians there. And surprisingly, uh, these country guys are really nice to me. They have a pickup, and that's their pride and joy. They invite me to their farms. They have antique cars. They go shooting, hunting. See their John Deere ginormous tractors, and they really accommodate. I mean, they're the nicest people in Oklahoma. I mean, no racial crap. Of those people. I never. I mean, I haven't interact with people that are really. They're really nice. And my parents, in Oklahoma, they said, "You're not gonna get a car, okay? We're just gonna get your bicycle." And some, my roommate says, as long as you fill up my gas, you can use it as much as you want. Just keep that gas gauge full. So that was good. Yeah. So, anyways, it's bedtime for me. It's 1:30 a.m. and By the way, this crap is still on right now, and I'm just trying to ignore it because it's too much. It's just every night is too much. And let me tell you another thing: the police tactics. One thing before I sign off, um, I was talking about the subway system. They were skipping. They had a corridor to skip these stops and just lead you to the country. Okay, if you want to get in the middle of the city. So after this, the protests, everything like that. Hey, thank you, Pomegranate. I really appreciate it. So after the protest and everything, the police, the riot police came out and dispersed everybody, and the subway opened for all the stops. Suddenly, in Mongkok, they opened the stop. In Kowloon Bay, they opened the stop so they helped disperse the protesters. But like an hour and a half ago, it was on live again. The cops were down at the subway system arresting their asses. So it's it's so funny. So actually, excuse me, guys, I was busy watching all this, just a few hours ago. So they were building a trap. So if all these protesters, like after late, that cause all this chaos, havoc, blocking the roads, they block now. They didn't block up the roads I was talking today. This is a fracture of just a little bit of roads. They're trying to block the whole Hong Kong, like 50, more than 50% of the roads in major cities. That's how bad it is. So when these guys all go to the subway, say, just come on, yeah, the subway's open, yeah, they come down, and then all the cops in different stations were in to arrest their asses. So that was that was really that's pretty low, isn't it? But I don't know. It's a way to get them, I guess, for causing trouble. But it was just hilarious. You create a trap to catch them. And today they have two water cannon trucks, just to shoot those guys. Yeah, probably hiding in London. Yeah, so the old the previous SAR government uh, is offering a bounty, for the guys who took down uh, the China flag, because it was really appalling. What the protesters did is in TST, Chim Sa Choi, TST, there's 5 flagpoles at the Star Ferry, and that's like a landmark. So you see the mainland Chinese flag, the tallest, and then the Hong Kong SAR flag, the Special Administration flag, and the I think the other wharf holdings, the company flags, and the protesters already took the mainland China flag and threw it in the ocean, threw it in the harbor. They threw that flag twice already. So I think he's offering like 200,000 US to catch that guy. Anyway, that's really bad. So you guys, I'm so happy to see you again this Saturday morning for you guys, right? Most of you from North America. So yep, yep. The cops. So it was so nice talking to you again, and I'm trying to do more of this. Unfortunately, my camping video didn't really go well. Not much people are interested. I guess it's kind of boring. But anyways, yeah, if you guys like to watch the live uh, broadcast and keep you updated of what's happening to me, I'm more than happy. Yeah, I hope the typhoon can blow away everything, right? They don't care. When I was in the States, there was a number 8 signal. There's really, really strong signal, like a hurricane number, almost number 4. There was the number 4. People still holding umbrellas, wrinkle, and protesting. Nothing changed them. So, oh yeah, I'm sorry, Grady. Always you guys get the hurricanes. Yeah, thank you very much. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. So, big family. So, uh, I'm going to do more of this and thank you very much. for joining me, spending your time listening to my boring things, whatever. So I'm so happy. So check out my Patreon page. Click down the link below on this awesome belt. And my friend Jesse, right? Jesse, you got this belt. You use it forever, and it's awesome, right? It's cool. So you guys, I'm gonna end now, and I wish you a really awesome weekend. Stay safe, and be happy. And that's life. Just to be happy. And I'll see you again. Yes, I'll keep reporting and keep you guys updated. And probably this video won't be monetized. So that's life. So anyway, love you. Good night, and give me a like. Okay. So bye bye.